Hi, this is Dominic from Paphos Live, and I'm trying an experiment today. I'm filming while recording audio inside the car as I drive. And normally this is not possible because the camera goes on the roof, but I've got a separate camera inside just for audio today. And we're starting off at the car park in the centre of Kathikas. I'm just going to be coming out here, and on our right, you can't really see it, but this building on the right is the Akamas Visitor Centre. Very worthwhile visiting, having a look around. And this is the road to Akamas, but we're turning left, going into the centre of Kathikas. It looks like this is Sunday morning, I should add, so the church service might just have ended, so it could be a bit of an interesting exit of the village. Yes, I'm going to go on this film through Pano and Kato Arodes, Inia and a bit of Droushia. You know, there are people leaving church. Hopefully it'll be easy to get out this way. Kathikas is a lovely village. It's also a very good place to come if you're hungry, because there are about a dozen restaurants here. And we had guests, well, not guests, because they're friends of ours, and they stayed in a house in Filetto recently, and they ate here quite a few times, and they had very nice food, they were telling us. And now you're going to get a nice view of the Akamas as we go down the hill. And we'll be joining the Payer to Podromi/Polis Road in a minute. Turning right here. Now there is a nature trail from Kathikas that goes down into the Akamas. It starts just up here. I'll tell you where the road is that you want. You can drive down it a little bit of the way, but if you're in a regular car, you're better off really parking up here somewhere and doing the walk that way. 4x4 you can drive to the heart of the walk though, fairly easily. Just take it slowly because there will be potholes. Silicon Winery. Right, this is the start of the trail. There is a sign there. The actual official start is somewhere up in the middle of Kathikas. I've never actually found it though. But it's a lovely walk, and from here all the way it's about 10 kilometres I think. I'm not sure exactly. The only trouble with this kind of film is that I can't give you cast iron facts as I'm driving, because I don't necessarily know them off they're not ingrained in my brain, so to speak. I mean, I know the names of the villages and stuff like that, but the length of that walk I couldn't tell you. But I do tell you it's very worthwhile because it's very beautiful. I did a couple of blog articles actually on it, and there have been a few drone films as well I've published. Now, this little restaurant on the right here is very nice. They do traditional Cypriot food. It's very popular with the locals, which is always a good sign. I heartily recommend it. Paphos blocky. You might just think it's a quick and easy takeaway kebab joint, but it's a proper restaurant inside. Very nice it is too. Getting hungry now. There's a petrol station up here. There are quite a few of them now, which is good, because when we first moved here, nearly 10 years ago, you had to make sure you had petrol in your tank when you left a major village or town, because out in the countryside you wouldn't have any places where you could get refueled, but they're a lot more common now. So this road goes all the way along the top of the Akamas. It's like the second main road between the south coast and the north coast. It actually followed, what we're on now follows part of the course of our second road trip ebook. Now, that was written before the museums you're about to see popped up, because they're all fairly recent additions. But the route itself will follow quite a big chunk of it. It's worthwhile checking out those ebooks on Amazon, because they're only $2.50 each, and maybe all got 150 pictures or whatever, and maps and stuff, and they'll hold your hand as you explore Paphos, is the way I like to look at it. And there's even one for Ineia. There'll be links for that in the description that accompanies this film. But we're now approaching Pano and Arodes. Now, if you look on the left, that funny little yellow thing, that's actually a bus stop, showing you where the road used to go. Obviously, the bus doesn't stop there anymore. But we'll be turning left here into Pano and Arodes. And we'll have a new museum, Geology and Paleontology of the Akamas. Will be on our right in a minute. That's where you turn in there for that. So basically, if you go this route, all these little museums are worth a visit. And there's another one up here, the Museum of Knights Templar Ages. Now, that's only open 3 days a week, and I'll put in the text description what days they are, because I can't remember off the top of my head. But there's the museum. I did a blog article of it. It's very well worth a while if you want to find a bit of the more unusual history of Cyprus, all about the Knights Templar and their brief reign of the island. Oh, this is going to be fun. Let the bus driver go through. So that's the 648 bus, there you go. If you want to know how to get up here without a car, obviously some tour guides around, see if they can get out of the way promptly. Come on, out of the way, out of the way. Yes, it is a camera. There's a 360 camera on the roof as well, so I'll be able to see who was staring at me after I've gone. Right, so that was Pano and Arodes. Now we're going to be coming into the sister village, Kato Arodes. Now, Kato Arodes was mainly Turkish Cypriot at one point, I believe. So a lot of the houses were abandoned after 1974. And some of the other houses are actually like holiday homes that are only in use like a few weeks of the year. So it doesn't look as active, if you like, as it actually is. So if you come here and you see a house that looks possibly abandoned, don't assume you can just go wandering and exploring in it, because it might be someone's holiday home. And definitely don't take things out of the garden. I mention that because when my wife was a teacher in Paphos, one of her colleagues had a house up here, a holiday home, and they were complaining that people kept nicking their garden furniture. And Kato Arodes does appear to be getting more lived in again, which is good to see. It's a very nice little village, as is Pano and Arodes. And if you're wondering, Pano and Kato are pretty much the same as upper and lower. Though in the case of Pano and Kato Arodes, there's not a lot in it. There's a nice water feature here, and if you're a completist, you can walk from here to the coast through Kathikas Gorge, and you can then say you've gone the entire route of the gorge again. It depends how OCD you are about such things, really. So we've left Kato Arodes now, and the next thing coming up will be the village of Inia. Now, Inia has its own little museum, all about turtles. And you can find out about turtles also if you go to Lava Bay. Though, getting to Lava Bay at the moment can be a bit of a challenge in a regular car because of the whole cock-up over the road improvements on the Akamas, which is an ongoing, I wouldn't call it a scandal anymore, but it was a mess and they're trying to sort it out. But bear that in mind. It's definitely not a route you should go on a regular car. So here we are in Inia. And there's a military base at the top of the hill in the distance. And if you drive past that or walk past that, don't take pictures of it just because they don't like it. I can understand why. It's certainly not a place I'd fly the drone, put it that way. If I did, I'd imagine a little jeep would appear. I know this sort of thing does happen because I was taking photographs outside of the airport bound in Paphos of there's two Shackletons, and I can't remember what the other plane is. But if you stand there long enough taking photographs, a little police car will appear. Find out what you're up to. And that's just for an airport, so. Respect people, basically. And if they do ask you, just tell the truth with a smile on your face and you should have no problems. Provided the truth isn't, I want to photograph all the soldiers. Now, when I did the road trip ebook, I remember Inia was a bit of a problem for me because they were doing lots of renovations on the whole, well, the whole of the infrastructure. And it's all complete now and it all looks lovely, but at the time I had to wait for it to be finished to some extent so I could actually describe a route through the village. So here we are. This is Inia. And we have the Turtle Museum, will be just at the other end of this square. You can see a sign for it just up there on the left. Now I will ultimately be going straight ahead here, but I want to turn right first in this film and take in Droushia as well. So we'll go up here. This bit doesn't get a mention in the road trip ebook from what I remember, because of what I was talking about, roadworks, etc. Sorry. Now here is a sign for a little basketry museum down there. I've never been able to find that, to be honest, but there is another museum up ahead for rural life, which I'll show you that. Actually, I think what I'll do is park there, and that could be the end of this film, and then I'll do another film from there, going back that route to through Androlicou down to Lacti. Well, hopefully this audio will have come out nicely because I haven't sworn once or burped, so it'll be good, worthwhile listening to. Because this is not the first time I've tried to do this, sadly. Right, somewhere up here is the Museum for Rural Life. We're in Droushia now. Not that one. Oh, here we are. But what you normally do is go up here and you can park on your left and the museum is on the right. According to the sign, it's open. That could be misleading there. But I will gently go past because I don't want to raise up any dust, because the anamorphic lens doesn't like dust. And I can leave you with a somewhat dazzling view of Droushia's Rural Life Museum. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next film. Cheers.